Okay. So yeah, once again, Netflix and Spotify are both, no, never mind. Netflix and Apple Music both require you to pay in order to access their information. Spotify offers a premium version, but there are songs that you can listen to for free, and YouTube is obviously for free. So once again, Netflix and Apple Music, I'm going to show you how to use it today, but it does require a subscription. Okay, Caroline is going to start with Netflix. So please give your full attention to her. Caroline, are you here? Great. Okay. So this is now how to use and access Netflix.
So to access Netflix, you open Safari, which is this like bubble, which should be on your bottom tab here. If not, you could go to Launchpad, which Safari would probably be in, but it should be on the bottom. And you just type Netflix. Either something will come up. Sorry. Okay. Either a shortcut will come up to Netflix, which you could click on and it will take you there, or you could just type in Netflix and it'll still bring you to Netflix if you just type in netflix.com. Then once you get to the home screen of Netflix, you either need to make an account, or if you already have an account, you could press sign in. Once you press sign in, so my Netflix account is already there, which you can do once you make an account. You could save your information so you don't need to type it in each time. But if not, you type in your email or password, and then your password for Netflix. And by clicking this remember me, Netflix will remember you so that each time you log in, you don't need to type in your full information. Instead, it'll just remember it for you. Next, you could press sign up now if you don't have an account. Next, you can press sign in. And then what you will get if you already have an account are a bunch of profiles. These are all the profiles in my family. My parents have an account, my sisters, me, my other sister, and my other siblings. This way, we can all watch our shows without viewing what everyone else watches. So if you press manage profiles, you could like edit each profile and you could rename them, stuff like that. Then whoever's watching, you click on their profile. So I'll click on mine. And once I'm here, I could basically watch anything I want. Netflix also has like suggestions. So if you click on movies, it'll be popular on Netflix, trending, top, watch it again, blockbusters. It has different type of genres, and you can go to the genre that you like. Next, if I want to watch anything, I just click on it and my boy Lance. Sorry, I don't know why that happened, but usually it would just play the movie. And I think that's basically it for Netflix.
Yes. Okay. That was kind of a brief tutorial of how to open Netflix. And now Julia is going to show you how to use YouTube.
Okay, hi guys. So in order to access YouTube, you would search on your browser, youtube.com. It will come up likely if you've ever used it in the past. And YouTube is going to load here. And it's going to give you a lot of recommendations based on things that you've seen in the past. So if you scroll down, you can see things that would be recommended for you on top, and then top news, and then latest YouTube posts. And it would just give you things that are either trending worldwide or things that they recommend for you. Then on top here is the search bar. So you can search for any type of video that you like. So you can search in the search bar for any type of video. And once you search for something, like let's say I was searching math transformations, which I had searched in the past, that would come up as a recommended video for me to watch because I've seen it in the past. But otherwise, when I type in M, it'll recommend other things that are trending or that most people search up when they type M. So here you could type in music, you can listen to a variety of music, or you can make your search more specific. And then this is also recommended things that I've searched in the past. Also on YouTube, you can subscribe to certain channels. So I don't think I have any subscriptions, but if you, oh, this is my brother, but if you subscribe to different YouTube channels, then those will come up first when you open your YouTube. You can also go through your YouTube history, so you can watch any videos that you've seen in the past. And you can also, you can search for videos, or you can just watch the ones that are recommended for you on your page.
Okay, great. Now, just looking for Joe. Now, our third streaming service is Apple Music, and Joe's now going to show you how to do that. Oops. All right, Joe, co-host. Great. For those of you who have not used Apple Music before, it is only accessible on iPhones, right? It's Apple Music. It's only accessible on iPhones. It's a program made by Apple. Okay, Joe, go ahead.
Okay. So Apple Music is just one of the apps on your phone. So to access it, you just click on the app. And then once you get to the app, you see on the top left, it says library. So when you have if you have Apple Music, which is a subscription, you get all of the music that they have on Apple Music for free once you pay that subscription. The other option is when you have iTunes to purchase each song or each album individually. And then on the bottom of your screen, you have all these options. So if I want to go to For You, it's going to give me suggestions based on what kind of music I have. And then I can play a song for that. Another option is to browse, which is right next to the For You button. And it's going to give you all these options, all these albums, all these playlists of different songs that are popular today. And you have all these options. You can choose by mood. You can choose audiobooks. You can do new music. You can do the hits. You can do anything you want on this. Apple Music, in addition to having just songs, also has radio stations. So if you go to radio, let's say I want to listen to rock, if I press on that, then this song will play. Okay, and then the last thing, okay. So and then the last thing is to search. You can search anything you want, and that song will come up. So now if I go back to my library and I scroll down, let's say I want to play We Will Rock You by Queen. So if I press on that, then that song will start playing. And now once you play a song, you'll be taken to this screen. And while you're playing a song, you can still do other things. So on the bottom left, of course, you can play it. You can go to the next song by pressing the fast forward button, or you can go to the previous song by clicking the rewind. And you can adjust the volume the same way you would always do it. Below the volume, there are 3 other options. The first one is on the bottom left. If you click on that, then it will give you all the lyrics of the song. And you can follow, that way you can follow along with the lyrics as you're listening to the music. The other option is to transfer the audio to a different speaker. And sometimes you'll only have one option, and sometimes you'll have other options. And this will let you listen to it from a different speaker, even though you have Apple Music open on only your phone. And the last thing is on the bottom right. If you see, it says up next. And then if you press, you can click on the next song and it'll play that. And then if you go back a couple more, then it'll give you both songs. And then once you have two songs, you can, even on the right side of the screen, you'll see if you hold on the right of one of the songs, you can switch the order that you want them to play in. I think that's it.
Okay. That was Apple Music. And the last thing which I'm going to show you now is Spotify. An app that looks like this. It's the bottom in the center. It has three kind of curvy lines, and it has a green circle. If you open that app, first of all, these apps you could download on the App Store, just as you normally would, just like how you would do WhatsApp and all the other apps. All through the App Store. Once you have Spotify open, it looks very similar to Apple Music, meaning it gives you categories for different albums and different songs. You could also search different songs and browse them by category. And all the songs that you kind of select to add to your playlist, which are songs that you listen to over and over again, you can create a playlist, which is a group of songs that you could play, and it will kind of shuffle them or mix them through. And Spotify also offers a premium version, which gives you more access to more songs. There are a few songs that are free on Spotify and do not require you to pay for the premium version. But if you want more songs and more options, then the premium version has that. So once again, when you open Spotify, you have the ability to choose from different from different albums, different categories. You could search for any song just like you would on Apple Music, and you have the ability to assemble libraries or playlists so that you can listen to songs over and over again. Okay. Pull up my computer again. Okay, so that was kind of a brief tutorial regarding the four kind of main video and music streaming services. Once again, if you do have a question, please raise your hand virtually. It's very hard for me to see everyone from where from how, I can only see a few of you. So I showed you how to do that a few weeks ago. You all know how to raise your hand. Please do that if you have any questions. Okay. So that was Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. And now we're going to move on to our next topic, which is how to manage a smartphone. A lot of these things you might be familiar with already, but today's lesson regarding managing a smartphone will cover a few of the kind of main techniques that people use when they're trying to make the smartphone kind of personalized for them. Certain features that not everyone knows the iPhone has the ability to do, and also can help them perform easy functions. As you can see, a lot of the things in this list are very easy things to turn on, like, for example, the flashlight. It's something very easy to use, do not disturb. We are going to show you how to, where to access all of these and the purpose of using them, and also how to use them. Okay, so I am going to start quickly with flashlight. So I am going to show everyone me. Let's do that. Hi, everyone. The flashlight on your phone, the reason why I did this instead of screen share is because I want you to see the light. Flashlight basically from your phone. For those of you who have a phone that does not have a home button, which looks something like this, it does not have a home button. If you swipe down from the top right into the center, this is what's called the control center. It has a lot of different options. The one that's important for us is the one that looks like a little flashlight. It's over here. For some of you, it might be on a different part of the screen. And if you click on the flashlight, if you click on the flashlight, it will become kind of a white button, and that means your flashlight's on. You can see I have a light right over here. So, and that light will come out right under your camera. There's a little kind of flashlight there. So once again, to turn on the flashlight in your control center, it might not be exactly where mine is right here, but you should look for a little icon that looks like a little flashlight. If you click on that button, sorry, wrong one. If you click on that button, it will light up in white. That means you know it's on, and that means your light will turn on. You want to make sure, some people forget to turn it off, and then it's in their pocket with the flashlight on. So you want to make sure that once you're done using the flashlight, that you click on it again, and it turns off. Okay. Now Caroline is going to show you airplane mode, and we are kind of going to go through settings right now. A few of kind of the important things. Obviously, airplane mode is not something you will be using anytime soon, but that's something that we're going to show you now quickly as we're on the settings application. Okay.
Okay. So there are two ways to access airplane mode, and there are two ways why you would want to access airplane mode. First, if you're on an airplane, the flight attendants will probably tell you to put on airplane mode for the flight. That's the first way. And while on airplane mode, it shuts off your cellular data, and yeah. So that's the second reason why you would want to turn it off, to shut off any Wi-Fi or any cellular data. And there are two ways to access it. If you swipe down, like Jordan just showed you from the top of your screen like this, you could either just press this button and that'll turn on airplane mode for you, or I don't know why it doesn't come up orange for you, but it should. Or the next way to access airplane mode. Do you see my screen?
No, I think it froze.
Yeah, I think it did too.
Let me, I got it. Caroline, I'll click and you could walk me through.
Okay.
So here's airplane mode.
Yeah, that orange button should come up when you know that airplane mode is on. And then the second way to access airplane mode is by going to settings and just clicking on that button, and that should put airplane mode on.
Why would you use airplane mode?
Either when you're on an airplane, you should be on it, or to turn off all your cellular data. If you want to save battery, airplane mode can do that, or yeah.
Okay, great. Now we're going to transfer over to using Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, the next two features on your settings list. Julia will show you that.
Hi guys. Okay, so 1 second. Okay. So in order to access the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, you need to go to the settings app. And in the settings app, right under airplane mode, you're going to see the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth symbols. Oh, I think mine's frozen too. Oh, here, okay. So you see the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth symbols. The first one, Wi-Fi, that is connecting to the cellular hotspot in your house. So when you are in your house and you don't want to use up your cellular data, that's when you would connect to Wi-Fi. You can also use Wi-Fi in somebody else's house. So you would just go into settings and you connect to their Wi-Fi. Their Wi-Fi probably has a password, so you could ask them for the password. And then you connect to their Wi-Fi by clicking on Wi-Fi here, and it's going to give you a list of different Wi-Fis that are available in your location. And also, and then you can click on any of the Wi-Fi options and connect to them. Underneath Wi-Fi is Bluetooth. Bluetooth is used when you want to connect to some sort of speaker or maybe AirPods. It's you're connecting not to the cellular network, but you're connecting to a different device, and you want some sort of audio to play from your phone into that device. So you would click on Bluetooth and you would connect from your phone to either the speaker or to AirPods, which are wireless earphones, and you would connect your phone to that, and then you would be able to hear all of the things that you're playing on your phone through that device.
Okay. Next up is notifications. which is a feature on your phone that allows you to control. Yes, Rabbi Lookstein, go ahead.
Can you explain what you can do when you are on airplane mode?
So airplane mode is obviously recommended when you go up in the air. It turns off all your cellular data, meaning you cannot make phone calls. You cannot do anything that you would when you're on what you know how it says LTE at the top, unless you have Wi-Fi turned on. For example, sometimes when you're in an airplane, they might have Wi-Fi up in the air, but you also have to turn on your airplane mode. So Wi-Fi gives you the ability to access all that. But when airplane mode is turned on, you cannot make phone calls or send messages or do any of that. The only time that I've really turned on airplane mode when I've not been in an airplane is if sometimes there are ads that come up when you're like on a game or some service, and when you turn off your cellular service by turning off airplane mode, then those ads stop, which is kind of a cheap way of getting those ads off. But most of the time, that function's only used when you're up in the air.
In other words, you put on airplane mode when you get on an airplane, and if they have Wi-Fi, you connect to their Wi-Fi, and then you can do everything?
Right. There are a lot of games and a lot of there are a lot of apps that don't require cellular service, and those you could do even with airplane mode turned on. But all the ones that do require cellular service, you will not be able to do when you have airplane mode turned on.
Unless you go on the airline's Wi-Fi.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Next up on the phones is notifications, which is an easy way to turn on and off the beeps and the buzzes that come up on your phone. So sometimes, let's say you're going into a meeting or you don't want any beeps or notifications at night when you're sleeping. You could turn off all the beeps using this do not disturb function. So the first option is the same place that you would the others, which is in the control center. You should see right below the four, the airplane mode and the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth, a button that looks like a little moon. If you click on that, you now turned on do not disturb. You know it's on if it's white, if the button becomes white, and you could turn it off just by clicking it again, and it will turn back to its normal color. You could also access this by going into settings and looking for that do not disturb button that says do not disturb with the moon. If you click on that, at the top, you could turn it on and off. And you could also schedule certain times. For example, if you want it off from one time to another, let's say at night, every single night, you always want it off from a certain time to a certain time, you could schedule that. You could do from one time to another time so that do not disturb is always turned on. Or let's say you have a meeting every day from 12 to 1 and you don't want beeps or any buzzes or disturbances, you could schedule a do not disturb time so that there are no beeps or notifications during that time. There are also you could also there are also other options such as silencing and allowing phone calls, and that kind of filters your abilities to use do not disturb to turn on and off things. Okay, Joe is now going to show you notifications. Joe, can you do that?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Okay.
No, I just want to emphasize the difference between notifications and do not disturb. Do not disturb, when you turn that on, it's turning off all buzzes and beeps and notifications on your entire phone until you turn it back on, until it's turned back on. Notifications are specific ways to turn off and on beeps for specific apps. So let's say you don't want notifications from a certain app, like just messaging. Then you have the ability to do that. And that is what's called notifications. So Joe's gonna explain the kind of the difference and how you use it.
Okay. So Jordan just showed you one way to shut off all communications from your phone, for all notifications from your phone for as long as you want. Another way to do this is to go to settings, and then if you scroll down, you'll see notifications. If you click on that, for every app, you can do different notifications. So let's say Amazon. If I don't want notification from Amazon, then I can just click on that, and then I won't get anything from Amazon until I turn that back on. There are also other options here, whether you want it to show up on your lock screen, to show up in banners, to show up in the notification center. These are just other ways to get the notification. You can turn off and on sounds. I think, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, great. Now, the next thing that I'm going to show you is display and brightness, which is basically controlling the way you see your phone. Over here. Okay. So display and brightness can make the screen brighter, and you could also make it clearer and easier to see. It also works with making text bigger if you can't see small text, or making text bolder. All of that is accessible in display and brightness. So I am going to open settings, and if you scroll down, you'll see it it's the third spot in this section over here. You see it says display and brightness. It has 2 A's next to it. If you click on that, the first thing it will give you, if you have one of the newer phones, running one of the newer softwares, it gives you the ability to choose between light and dark mode. So you can see that now my phone's black. It's something that some people prefer because they like looking at it when it's darker. You could also set so it turns into dark mode at night. So you can see here my option here. It says sunset to sunrise. It is light, and when sunset happens, it changes automatically to dark because people say it is better for your eyes at night when you're on like a darker screen. Also over here is the brightness, where you can turn it on and off. You can't see it because it's on Zoom, but brightness you could also control from the control center. It has a little sun over there. You can bring it down and bring it up. That's right next to the volume control, and you could also do it inside the app. Next is you could set what's called a night shift. Just like do not disturb, that you won't have beeps or notifications during the nighttime. You could set kind of a set time for that. You could also set a set time for when your phone makes its screen less bright. So it's better for your eyes at a certain time. If you keep scrolling, you'll see text size. For those of you who would like the text to be bigger, you can control the text here. Some people like bigger text, smaller text. It's really up to your preference. And you could also make the text bold if that's something that you prefer. So these are all kind of different features based off of preference. Some people like the text bigger. Some people like text smaller. Some people like the light interface. Some people like the dark one. So this whole display and brightness thing is really up to preference. And there's one more thing you could do with display, and that is changing your wallpaper. And Julia's going to show you how to do that. It's the picture that you see when you first open your phone, and the picture you see behind all your applications when you're using your phone. A lot of people like to change this so that they have something familiar when they open their phone, something that they like seeing. Apple has templates for that. But some people like having like a picture of their family or some sort of picture to see when they are opening their phone. Okay. Okay. Julia, do you want to use my phone?
Yeah, okay. So in order to access the wallpaper settings on your iPhone, you go into the settings app, and there should be, when you scroll down a little bit, there's this wallpaper option, and this is going to be how you can change the wallpaper that you see when you open your screen. As soon as the screen, you put in the password. So right now, Jordan has this wallpaper set of his family, And then once he opens his screen, he has a different wallpaper set that is one that Apple automatically provides you, that he does not have saved in his camera roll, but is one of the recommended options that Apple gives you for a basic wallpaper. So if he wanted to change his wallpaper, on top there's the choose a new wallpaper button, and Apple gives you the option to either choose one of their pre-made wallpapers or to choose any picture from your camera roll and set that as your wallpaper. So Jordan actually has one of each because there's two separate wallpapers on every person's phone. There's the wallpaper that you see when you open your phone before you put the password in. And then there's the wallpaper that you see once you put the password in that has the apps in front of it. So you can have those two pictures as the same picture, or you can have them as different pictures, and that all depends on your preference. But as you can see on top, if you don't want to use a picture from your camera roll for your wallpaper, you can use a picture that Apple gives you. There's 3 different options. So if Jordan clicks on any one of them, you can see different options of what Apple provides you to make your wallpaper if you don't want to use your own picture.
Okay, great. Next, I'm going to show you is a program called Find My iPhone, and this is a program that people use just in case they lose their phone or want to locate it in the house. Apple recently changed the program to is now called Find My. It's over here. It has like a green kind of beeping signal and a blue dot in the center. If you click on that, you'll be taken into the Find My iPhone app. As you can see on the top, it has a map and it has little kind of pictures of all your devices. You could scroll down and it will show you how many miles away they are from where your phone is. And also, if you're on what's called family sharing, which means that you could see and access your family's devices, you could scroll down and see theirs as well. But if you do not have family sharing, you will only see your devices at the top. You also have the ability to find where people are. For example, if you this app used to be called Find My Friends. Parents can track their kids when they're walking home or other things like that, and you have the ability to see where their phone is. Obviously, if they do not have their phone with them, that's a problem. This program tracks where your phone is and gives you the ability to see it. Okay. For example, if I go to my devices and I click on, let's say, my iPad, one of the coolest features that I think is what's called playing a sound, which is basically if you're not sure where your device is, if you think it's like hidden in the couch or you're not sure exactly where it is in your house, but you know it's in your house, you have the ability to play kind of a beeping noise, and that will give you kind of a signal of where it is. It also, you see next to that, it will give you directions of where it is. Obviously, it's in my house right now, but if it wasn't, it would tell me exactly how to get there. And if you know that your phone or your device is completely lost and you know you're not going to find it, there's an option called Mark as Lost, which basically gives, like deactivates the entire phone. So that if someone finds it, they can access your personal information. So if something is lost and you know it's 100% lost, you should turn on Activate Mark as Lost, so that if someone finds it, they cannot access your information. Okay, 2 more things we're going to show you. First is screenshots. Carolyn's going to show you that, and how to quit apps is the last one. As you can see, the pattern with all these kind of short details regarding controlling the phone is that they all help you manage and control your phone and personalize it for your own preferences. Okay, screenshots is a cool tip that Caroline is going to show you now. It's something that's very, very helpful. So Caroline, try to share my phone?
Yeah, could you share your phone?
Okay, let's go over here. Okay, great.
Okay. So the purpose of screenshotting is to take a picture quickly of anything you just received on your phone that you either want in your camera or you want to share with someone else. So let's say Jordan goes to his Google Docs, I guess, or anything. And he wants to show his family what he's planning to do with his class today in computers, basic class. Just click on any of the docs or whatever you want. What he can do is he could quickly take a screenshot. So by taking a screenshot, how you do that is you hold your on or off button on your phone, and you hold well, it depends on the phone you have. So either you, what?
Yeah, no, if you have a phone that has a home button, the circle at the bottom of the screen, you click on that and the power button at the same time, and that will take a screenshot of your phone. If you have a phone like I do, which does not have that home button, you want to click on the top volume button and the power button at the same time quickly, and that will take a screenshot just like that.
And then once you have that screenshot, you could click on it and you can mark up whatever part you thought was important that you wanted to share or have. So let's say Jordan wanted to mark up, remember my number. He could press on one of the pens or whatever and circle it, and then save it to his camera roll.
Okay, great. Joe, can you do quitting apps?
Yeah, can you do your phone again?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so the purpose of quitting apps is to stop your battery from draining, and to keep your phone more organized. If you turn off your phone, like Jordan, if Jordan just turned off his phone right now, then all of the apps that he had open would still be running. So they would still be using up battery, and so if he wants to save that battery, then he can close the apps and quit the apps. So to access the quit apps, quitting apps, for a phone like Jordan's that does not have a home button, you see that line on the bottom of your screen, you hold that and you bring your thumb to the middle of the screen. Jordan?
Yep, sorry.
And then if you want to quit an app, you just swipe up on that app. And then that app, and then when you turn off your phone, that app will no longer drain your battery. If you have a phone with a home button, then you just double click the home button instead of bringing your thumb to the middle of the screen and swipe up to close the app. And then to go back to the home screen, if you have a home button, you just click the home button again. And if you don't, then you just touch their screen below the apps.
Right. So quitting apps is what it does is just because you don't see the app open doesn't mean that it is not running behind the scenes. You need to make sure that once in a while, whether it's once a day or occasionally, you quit your apps so that your battery doesn't run down and your energy doesn't run down. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So as you could see, we just covered a lot of kind of short details regarding how to manage a smartphone, including flashlight, airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, notifications, do not disturb, display and brightness, wallpaper, find my iPhone, screenshots, and quitting apps. We actually did a lot of things today. And now we are going to show our next segment is let's see. Time for breakout rooms. Okay, for those of you who were not here last week, In a few seconds, you are going to get a button on your screen that says Join Breakout Room. You are going to click on that button. It will appear in the middle of the screen. I'm going to remind everyone that you must unmute yourself, or else the person cannot hear you. I will try and do that for you, but please do that yourself. You could also turn the video on and off. Please click on that button that says Ask for Help. We will come in and check on you if you have any questions. It will also give you a 30-second reminder once I close the breakout rooms, and it will send you back to the main session. If you have never seen this before, or do not have this document, I texted it to you. Please do this. Please do so right now and take a picture of the screen. I asked everyone to please print this or have this accessible, so that you could do it during the breakout rooms. If you do not have this, please use your phone and take a picture of it, or you could take a screenshot of it, as Caroline just showed you. You can now do on your phone. So please take a picture of it. This assignment is very, very simple. It's basically just taking these words at the top right and plugging them into this kind of fill in the blank puzzle. I'm going to give everyone 30 seconds to now take a picture of this screen. You should also have this document. You should also have this document because I texted it to you if you do not currently have it. Okay. I'm going to give everyone 10 more seconds to take the picture if they need to, or take a screenshot. One more. Give you 10 more seconds. I see people are still taking pictures. Okay, great. I'm now going to open the breakout rooms, and I'll give you about maybe 10, probably about a little less than 10 minutes to work on that sheet. Let me just make sure that they're all good. Great. Okay, have fun, everyone, and I will come in and make sure you're all doing well. Okay, great.